everyone! Today I thought it would be quite nice to show you all the things that I made in the month of August. If you follow me on Instagram or if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know that I really like making things, and I had a really productive month in August. I'm really impressed with myself with how much I managed to get done. I struggle sometimes with feeling unmotivated and like what I'm making isn't very good, but in August I was just on a roll and I was making everything. I had a few projects that I had started a few months ago and just had never finished, or I had the supplies for them and I just never made them, so I decided to just sit down and make them. I've got three things, well 3/4 things to show you. So I've got 2 crochet projects to show you, and then I've got kind of a 2-in-1 journal papercrafts project that I finished as well. So I'll show you the first thing that I finished in August. So this is the scarf that I finished in August. I started making this in January and I probably got it about a quarter, a third, maybe a third finished in January, and then I just stopped making it. So I just left it in a bag with all of the different wool in the corner of my room and I just never carried on making it. But I decided to get it finished so that I could wear it this winter. So I found the pattern for it on Pinterest. It's a chevron infinity scarf. If you know what an infinity scarf is, it is like a giant loop. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I really like the choice of colours that I used, and it's quite soft. I've got loads of wool left over, so I could probably make a few in different stripe patterns. I'll just put it on to show you what it looks like. So it's quite a tight fit infinity scarf. You can get ones that are quite a loose, thick, chunky fit, but this is quite a tight fit. But I really like it, and it's going to be good for like keeping close to my neck when it gets windy and stuff. But I'm really pleased with it. The pattern for it was really easy. It just used the same stitch all the way along each row. It was an American pattern, so it was a single crochet. I think in English crochet terms that's double crochet. I get a bit confused with the different stitch names. I wish there was just one stitch name for everyone. That would be a lot easier to follow. But yeah, I'm really happy with how my scarf turned out, and I can't wait to wear it when it starts to get a bit cooler here. As for the wool that I used for this project, you needed to use an Aran weight yarn. I think that's how you say it, I'm not really sure. I used this Stylecraft Special one for a few of the colours, and then I also used the Cedar Super Soft, and it is really soft. I think I got this from John Lewis. It was on clearance that they had there. These are all 100-gram balls, so I've got loads left, and I could probably make 3 or 4 more scarves with these if I did them stripy. So I can make lots of different colour combinations. And I also used a 5mm crochet hook as well. The next crochet project that I finished was something that I found in a Molly Makes magazine months ago. I can't even remember when the magazine or the issue of this magazine came out. I've had it for so long, and I've had all of the supplies forever, and I just never got around to making it. I think I was a bit nervous to make it because it was my first Amigurumi project that I wanted to try. So it's on the front of the Molly Makes magazine. It's this little burger and he's so cute. This is from issue 55, but I can't see anywhere if this has a date on it. I think I've probably had this issue of the magazine for about a year now, and I always look at the picture and think I really want to make him. I've got the supplies, why don't I just do it? And I finally did it, and it took me a couple of days to get all of the pieces together. The pattern is really nicely laid out in the magazine, and it's got all the step-by-steps for each piece, little diagrams and stuff as well, so that you can see if you're doing it right. And this is my burger that I finished. Isn't he just so cute? What I made was I made a top and bottom burger bun, the burger patty, a slice of cheese, a piece of lettuce, and then 2 slices of tomatoes. And you can take him apart as well, so you can use this as sort of a toy, something that can be taken apart and put back together, or even as a piece of decoration that you can take different bits out. If you didn't want to have the tomatoes in there one day, you can take those out. I think I'm going to sew it all together because I really like how he looks with all of the different pieces. I also had to put in some of the little safety eyes, which was quite difficult. You have to push those in really hard. So for this pattern, it was pretty much all the same basic pattern for each piece. You pretty much just work all the way around in a spiral until you get to the right size, and you had to do 2 pieces for the burger. You had to do pretty much the same pattern with some adjustments for the bottom of the bun and the inside of the bun. The cheese slice, which is my favourite, that was kind of different because that was a bit more square, as you can see. And then you did the same working in the spiral for the lettuce as well, but then you added these curly bits to the edges, which I really like how that came out. And then the top bun also has the same inside and then the top, and then you just have to do the side bits too. And the little tomatoes came out really well. They actually do look like slices of tomato, which just looks so cool. So I'm really pleased with my little cheeseburger. I just need to put him back together now. Give me a minute. So I'm really pleased with my first Amigurumi crochet project, and I'm probably going to make something else now. I might have a flick through of my other copies of Molly Makes magazines to see if they've got any other patterns in there, because it's actually really easy to follow. When I first got the magazine, I didn't read the instructions for this project properly, so I think that's why it kind of put me off, because I just went straight to step 1 and just started reading it and I didn't understand what was going on. But before I started making it, I read the instructions that came on the pattern page before the first step in the actual making of it, and it made a lot more sense. That's what instructions are for. As for the wool that I used for this project, I used all of the same brand. I used all Stylecraft Special DK wool in all the different colours for the different pieces. If anyone's interested in what colours I actually used, leave a comment down below and I can leave a list of all the colour names. So like this one, oh, this one's just called green. This wool is really cheap and I've got loads left over, so I can use them for another project as well, which is great. So if anyone wants to know any specific colours for any of the wool that I used in both of those projects, leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you with the colour names. And the crochet hook that I used for that one was a 4mm crochet hook. This is my favourite crochet hook. I think it's a Knit Pro crochet hook. It's this really cool rainbow wooden one and I just love it. This one was a little bit more expensive than like a plastic one or a metal one, but it's really nice and it's really smooth. It's got some nice details at the end as well. I just love the colours and I think it's really unique looking. And now the last thing that I made this month has been one of my favourite things of the whole of the summer. As I mentioned in my last video, and if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a little bit of this before, I have started a creative journal and I've really been enjoying it. I'm using it as a sort of scrapbook diary kind of thing. I'm not very good at it yet. I'm just kind of sticking things in and writing whatever and doing stickers and stamping wherever I feel like. There's not really any method to what I've been doing. I've just been being creative and enjoying having a creative outlet, and it's been really fun. So this is my creative journal. It's in a field notes notebook and it's really small and cute. The cover of it used to be black. You can see in the inside cover that it was black, but I covered it in this triangle patterned paper. I really like how it looks. It's really simple, but it's a really nice pattern. The paper on the inside is dot grid paper, so you don't get a lot of space to work with in these little books. I only got a small book to start with just to see if I would like doing the journaling, and I really do. And to go with my creative journal, I decided to make myself my own paper dory, or a faux dory as they're both called sometimes. This is a Midori style traveller's notebook, which are really popular on YouTube and Instagram, and I see them everywhere and I love them, and for ages I've really wanted to make myself my own one. I wanted to make it out of like faux leather or felt. I've seen some felt ones and they look really good, but I just could not find the supplies anywhere in my town or online for like a decent price. So I came across a video of someone making one out of craft foam, and I just went for it. I got the supplies, they were all really easy to find in the shops in town. I just made it and it turned out really good for a first attempt. I mean, it's not perfect, there's quite a few scratches and stuff on it where I haven't put the whatever this is, this like plastic over the top. So I'm going to do a video of how I made this soon once I get some more elastic and some more craft foam. So if you're interested in seeing how to make your own paper dory, then subscribe and stay tuned to see how to make one. It was really easy. You just need to have the supplies and the patience to put it all together. I didn't measure anything out, I just measured it to how my book would fit in here. As you can see, I've got space for 2 books. I've got space for my creative journal and then another little notebook which I'm going to use for ideas. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that very well, but I haven't written anything in there yet, which is funny. But I'm so proud of myself for being able to make one completely by myself. Like, I didn't buy any extra tools to be able to make it. I've seen people use special hole punches to make the holes for the elastic to go through and using an eyelet press thing, but I didn't want to do that. I just stabbed a hole with my X-Acto knife and made it a bit more round with the end of my pliers. I'll go into it in the video because I made mine slightly different to the video that I saw, and I watched a few different videos of how to do it and I kind of took inspiration from all the different ones. But this is my paper dory and I love it. It's made out of craft foam, scrapbook paper and contact paper, I think this is called, like that thin sticky cling film stuff that you get to cover books with. And that is everything that I made in the month of August, and I'm so pleased with how it all turned out, and I'm really happy that I finally finished my scarf and made some amigurumi because I wanted to make something like that for ages, and I finally did it. If you do any kind of crafts and things like this, then let me know in the comments. And if you have an Instagram where you post about all the different crafts that you make, then let me know what your Instagram is in the comments as well, so that I can have a look at some of the things that you've been making. I'll leave the link to my Instagram in the description because that's the only social media that I really use. Yep, subscribe to see the video about the paper dory. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it and showing you all of my craft projects, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!